Hi, I'm Bill Stark with LeaderGov. Each week, LeaderGov shares a leadership lesson to help you become a high-performing local government leader. Today's lesson is on advocating for your team. The term advocate describes a person who publicly supports or recommends a particular cause or policy. We think this is a great definition for part of what a leader is to do in local government. The leader's role always includes a firm and thoughtful advocacy for his or her team. But there are attitudes, habits, and perspectives that can often hold leaders back from advocating aggressively for their teams. Leaders can oftentimes get so bogged down in the day-to-day details of their current projects that they lose sight of the need to advocate and fight for the resources and attention that their team needs. Resources can include equipment, staff, time, outside help, or software-type tools. Other leaders may have simply resigned themselves to a status quo type of mentality, where their main job is to maintain operations, and where they no longer think big, take risks, or push for better and newer ways of doing things. There are also other leaders who simply can be complacent at times and not care to exert the extra energy and enthusiasm that's required to advocate in a positive way for your team. Advocacy takes time, courage, and some risk. Complacency is the enemy of change. If you're one of those leaders who sometimes slips into this way of thinking about advocating for your team, we encourage you to consider these next few ways for how to better advocate for your team. Number one, listen to your team and carry concerns up the organizational ladder. It's vital that as a leader, you always keep doors of feedback open with your team. You need to know what's holding back performance and what resources are needed for success that they don't have. Once you know these things, you can then turn to your management or your leader and make your case for what needs to be done to better equip them for success. That will likely mean that you'll need to develop some sort of return on investment document or maybe a benefit analysis for what you're proposing. That takes time and energy, but it's worth it. Another way to advocate for your team, but also improve morale, is to share performance results and highlight great team activity, both within your department and particularly to other departments in your city or county. This may seem self-serving, but it's actually a great way to get feedback from other departments, let them know what's going on in your department, and to break down silos of communication and understanding between departments. Next, advocate through the budget process. If your role involves you setting the budget for your team, consider how to best advocate for them through that process. When making budget decisions, get lots of input from your team. Consider prioritizing expenditures as both needs and wants. When presenting your plans, use objective facts to support your requests and show that you've prioritized between needs and wants. Also, keep track of where you are against your budget and reallocate resources, if there is remaining in your budget, toward the highest priority need that you have. The last and perhaps best way to advocate for your team is to seek growth opportunities for those on your team who want to excel and grow in their careers. Advocating for their careers and for their long-term success at your city or county does more than just advance their career. It sends a signal to your team that you believe in them and that you expect upward mobility. Morale is sure to rise when you advocate for your team in this way. And don't forget to encourage team members toward other opportunities for growth, even if it's outside of your department. Put their needs first. I hope this lesson on advocating for your team was helpful to you. We encourage you to not be complacent or settle for status quo, but to invest your time, reputation, and energy to better equip and support your team. We do appreciate you being with us today and taking the time to be a part of these leadership lessons. If you know of other leaders within your local government or even outside of your local government that could benefit from these lessons, be sure and let them know. We also would love for you to consider having LeaderGov be a part of your next retreat process or maybe strategic planning process. as that's the kind of work we do, and we love doing it for local government. Lastly, you can check us out on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. We typically post a lot of blogs and podcast information there that could be of value to you. We certainly hope you have a great day. We thank you for being with us, and until next week, we hope you make it a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.